How we doing today, guys? Welcome back to Rustic Rimfire 22. What's going on, guys? Out here on the range again this morning. Got the Hatsan back out. Did a little review on here the other day and got some pretty good comments out of it last night, and I appreciate that. Appreciate you guys watching and leaving comments and making some suggestions. So, but we got it back out here. I haven't changed anything. Torque is still set exactly the same. I did clean the barrel, just like I did prior to the testing the other day. Cleaned the barrel out, got it right down to bare metal. This time though, instead of having the 624 West Hunter on it, you guys suggested trying a different scope. Unfortunately, that was the only scope I had at that moment to throw on there. Or to throw on here, I should say. But now we got a Mueller 8-32 by 44, I believe, on here. It's the one I've been using on my Tika 17 HMR, and I think I had it on the hand shoots for a minute, but nevertheless, went ahead, dropped that on here, cleaned the barrel, made sure everything was up to good. I did go ahead and put a cheek weld on it, make it a little better for me to make sure I'm right on that scope, right where I need to be. Still got the Teffer 22 up front there, the Aero Precision suppressor. I did forget to mention in the video the other day, I am trying something a little bit different. If you guys notice these black boxes up here on my bipod, it's got a little bit of weight on it. I see a lot of guys putting weight on the rifle, and with most of my rifles are factory class style for ARA, so that's not a legal option for me to put weight on or in the rifle. You can bet them. That's about it. And obviously shooting with a suppressor on there, you know, that's not ARA, but nevertheless, that ain't nothing but a little bit of adjustment on a scope. It's a little bit easier than taking weight in and out and whatever. So I put a little bit of weight on the bipod just to kind of see if that helps from sliding around so much. I don't mind so much that, you know, it still moves and rocks and whatever, but the feet slide around a lot, and I don't like that. But anyway, so yeah, Hatsan 22 Escort synthetic stock. I don't know if I mentioned the other day, but this stock, I'll tell you what, it is crazy stiff. If it was shaped or had the ergonomics of the 2020 Springfield 2020 or the Bergara B14R, you know, it's got that pistol grip. I would absolutely, this thing would be great for a factory style stock. It's not bad, but just that little more, you know, ergonomic in there is great. But nevertheless, it's got support in there. You know, it's a heavy duty stock, believe it or not. There's a lot of really plus sides to this thing. And yeah, I got that one comment that it's a train wreck. And it is, but I knew it buying it, you know what I'm saying? Some of them, they're just that way. Can't have, you know, you're not going to get a CZ, you know, precision rifle or a Bergara precision rifle for the kind of change or beans that you're buying something like this for, right? So anyway, all right, so we got two different lots here. We're going to run probably 2 5-round groups and maybe a 10-round or maybe some 3 5s. I want to try to save some of these 2 boxes for if and when I do get it back with a different barrel, which it desperately needs. It really does. The rifling in here right in the chamber is absolutely terrible, and the beginning of the chamber right at the ramp is just, I mean, there's chunks missing. right out of it, and it keeps hanging up. That's what's hanging the rounds up when I chamber them. Get a real stiff spot all of a sudden. Some of them go in pretty good, but just gets that right spot and locks up, and it's just not happening. So, but anyway, I got these are SK, same 2 boxes I was shooting yesterday. And I guess I didn't really notice it, but pretty much everything came out of the 10404. I had 2 boxes of this, and I thought I was out of the 11364, but I did run a few of these. Those last 2 targets, I still have the same target hung up down there, and I'll have that come on here in just a hot second so you can see it. But you'll see that it's the same target, got the same holes from the other day, or from the other video. The last 2 groups that I ran was the 11364, and it started to group up pretty good. So we'll try it, see what happens. Got the better scope on there, a little more power, definitely a lot clearer, and definitely got better parallax. So, all right. Well, enough of that. Let me get the scope cam fired up here, and we'll get a couple rounds loaded up in this thing, and we'll give it a shot. All right, guys. We're going to start out with the 10404. You have to excuse the beeping in the background. Road Commission decided to send out some guys this morning to change the ditches around, change the elevation in them, get the water flow going a little better out there by the road. And I believe they're putting in a few new culverts. So that's a plus for me, because we've been needing one for a while. So, but anyways, okay. So we got the same target hung up down there. We're going to go ahead and skip a row, go down to the third row down. And we'll get on the left, first target there on the left. Make sure everything's nice and level here. All right, let's see what we can do. First round is going to be cold bore. I haven't shot it at all. I zeroed it up yesterday. I ain't gonna be mad about that for a cold bore shot. Ooh, there it is. Holy cow, that was a flyer. Now, for that one hung up a little bit, and this one right here just hung up a lot. So I gotta think it's probably gonna go off the range as well. I had to put a little extra push in it to get it to shut. No? Wow. Yeah, here we go. See, that's what I was talking about. It'll jam right in there where you can't shut it. Let's see if I can. There we go. Get it up in there. I try not to. I don't like to push too hard on it because I ain't trying to ruin the round. So I'll try to hold it and back it off, and then just kind of wiggle it up in there a little bit, and so it don't ruin the round. It still ain't terrible. It ain't great by any means, especially that big old flyer hanging out there. I mean, I was looking at probably oh, 0.6, 0.7 right up until that inch and some change, inch and a quarter flyer hung out there. All right, let's see. I got what, 20 of these left. Let's do 5 more. And I'm gonna save these because I want to be able to use the same box. Not just the same lot. I want to actually be able to use the same box. Be fair about it. I don't. I still have the. Well, actually, I don't have because I only had maybe 10 in one box. I don't even have the Target, but when I first got my 2020 a few weeks back, I was gonna do the same thing as I am with this, and it shot so poorly that I wouldn't have known no difference anyway. I mean, it was bad. It was over 2.5 inch groups. They weren't groups. They were just holes on the paper. So, but I did find out for sure that should be back here tomorrow. So hopefully I'm going to probably wind up taking this scope back off of here. We'll probably throw it on the 2020 when it gets back and start doing a little testing with it. Hopefully the barrel looks a lot better than it did the first time around. Alright, here we go. We were running good there. Hopefully that didn't mess nothing up right there. Let's see. That's looking like a pretty decent group for this thing. I mean, messed it up. That's what I'm trying to. I'd like to be able to solve. The problem is if I try to hone that where that chip is, it's going to change the headspace, and I don't want to get into all that because it's a screw-in barrel. It threads into the receiver, so we could probably shim it or whatever. But I mean, again, for price point, that's a little more work than I want to get into with it. I just want to be able to come out and that's the wrong box. That's a 400 or excuse me 10404. So now we're going to move on to the 11364. I don't know if you guys might be able to see that, but we're going to try it. We'll save 15 so we can do 2 rounds of 5. And same lube, so we're not going to do any foulers or anything like that. Well, they could turn that bell down. It's awful early for all that. Or that beeper. Alright, that one loaded pretty good. So let's go ahead and skip over one, and we're going to go to the 4th target there. Doggone it. It's always that last one that comes out of the mag. These are some kind of cheap mags. I don't know. When we get it back, I may invest in maybe one or two factory CZ mags for it. See if that helps anything. Well, at least that kept them all in the circle on that one. I can't remember what size those are exactly, and I didn't actually measure the circles. It's one of the targets that No Pro had made for Chad over there at Kentucky Rimfire and Hobbies. So it's a small version, but small version of the IBS or USBR, I think it is. But all right, let's get 5 more of these in here. Get some of that lube off my hand. That lube they put on them rounds are plenty slick. Make sure everything looks good here. Alright, let's try the last 5. That one was a little stiff, not too bad, but it may change the impact. Just a little bit, but it went right back to about where it's been. Kind of hanging out there to the right. When it wants to, it'll put them next to each other. If it did this every time, and look at that. Yeah, 4. Yep, that's 4 right. And pretty much the same hole, probably 0.3 or 0.4 maybe. That's 3 there, but still got an inch, you know, down to the one there at the bottom left. But all right, guys, I'm going to grab that target up and put it up on the shelf and wait for this thing to come back, and we'll get back at it and see what happens. Appreciate y'all stopping by, checking everything out. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it very much. And y'all have a good rest of your week and a better weekend when you get to it. And we'll see you on the range.